Hello everybody, Travis here from Tpull's Corner with a new deck for you. This one, using time travel so to speak, taking an extra turn. We're going to try and see if we can pull this trick off. And I'm kind of gonna spoil it a little bit because I already got the achievement, but every now and then I'm like that dog in the movie Up when it comes to Magic the Gathering cards. I get distracted by something and then I lose track of what I was trying to do. So there was one achievement left out of the color masteries that I didn't do, and that was take an extra turn. So there's only a couple of, I think I put Bloodghast down right now. There's only a couple of cards in the current environment that allow you to take an extra turn. One of them, I think you have to do 20 water bending in order to take the turn. I wanted to experiment with this one first from Final Fantasy. It's Ultimisha, the Time Sorceress. Whenever she enters her attack, she gets to surveil 2, so you can put some cards in your graveyard, and that helps because you need 8 in your graveyard to exile. Just put Bloodghast right back down. All they did was bounce it for one turn. I mean, it's cheap, but usually you want to bounce something more substantial than something that only does 2 power damage to you. They discard Sunderflock. Okay, I wonder if they're going to bring stuff like that back from the graveyard. Let's go ahead and... What kind of stuff are they doing? 1-drops? Let's choose number 1 with Tally in here. And we'll just hit him for 2 with the Bloodghast and call it a turn. We need 5 to bring down Ultimisha. We need 8 total, 2 of which have to be blue, 2 have to be black in order to transform her. And then what we get is it goes from a 4/5 to a 7/7. She gets Menace, and we get to take an extra turn. And I have to spoil the surprise because this... they used a 1-power spell, and so it cost them a life, and I got to draw a card off of it, and they tapped out. So we're going to do this again. I'm still going to choose 1. Didn't get a land drop yet. I do need some land. My board wipe that I have, I only have 1 board wipe, but it's 4 copies of it, but it's the most expensive one I think in the game. It costs 6. Drawing 3 again. They're digging through their deck pretty well. And now they have to discard 2. What do they choose? Another Winter Night Stories and a Consult the Star Charts? Okay. It's a lot of resources. Alright, what do we want to do? Another Bloodghast is fine. And then we're just going to attack. Ah, never mind. And let's throw that back up into your hand. Now we know they have it. And we'll bring this down too. They do like that card, don't they? It's an elemental, isn't it? Okay, they're digging. That is pretty much, they've gone through their entire deck, so whatever's in their hand, it has to be their winning cards. It has to be the stuff they want. still end up with too many. Alright, this is kind of cool. Intimidation campaign works. We'll bring down the Bloodghast. We'll attack with everybody we got. Down to 5. And bringing down the crab isn't enough to do something. It's been a while since somebody played a luge. The only thing I can think of is they're holding on to an Ether Drift or an Ether Flux card that when I attack, everything goes back into my hand. Really? Why would you do that? You have nothing. They have nothing. That goes back up into their hand. You're all tapped out. What are they thinking they can do? I never got the 8 lands I needed for my card. Here, what can we do here? Target opponent discards a card. I had lethal twice over him, so we're just kind of playing around. We're playing with our food. Alright, they went through their entire deck basically, pulling up cards. I felt like I had to win then, or they would just use whatever they had in their hand to destroy me. But here, let me go show you the achievement first of all. We're going to Color Masteries. You can see I got 10 out of 10. So now, here we are. Walk the Eons. Completed. Win a game in which you begin an extra turn. So when I first created this deck and play tested it, I got it on the first try. So we can't do it again. We can't take it back. But we went over Ultimecia 4/5. If you can get her down and have her attack, if you don't have 8 cards in your graveyard, you can surveil 2 and keep throwing a couple more cards in your graveyard until you've got the 8. But there's a number of steps here, and this is kind of one of the cards that I like in the way it's designed, in that it can be a powerful card, but they didn't make it busted. They didn't make it like 0 activation or anything. You need a lot of energy, you need a lot of stuff in your graveyard, and you need to be able to bring her down, have her survive a turn probably before you can pay the rest. And then, then you can get the extra turn. So there's a number of steps to go through for this one. To help us get there, we've got 4 unsummons to stall their creatures. We've got Cruel Somnophage, another mill card with the Can't Wake Up Sorcery on the left. Only costs 2. Target player mills 4 cards. You could use this on yourself if you're waiting with Ultimecia in hand and you don't have anything in your graveyard yet, or maybe you only have 2 or 4 cards. Maybe you mill yourself. The Somnophage's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures in all graveyards, so yours and theirs. We've got 4 Reassembling Skeletons, so these are chump blockers we can just bring back from the graveyard to the battlefield. And 4 Bloodghast, with landfall, whenever we play a land, they come from the graveyard back to the battlefield. These can't block, but if your opponent's down to 10 or less life, they have haste. We've got 1 Nasty Searcher in the Dark, legendary Rat Ninja Wizard, 2/2 with Menace. Whenever Nasty deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You can put any number of legendary and or enchantment cards from them into your hand. If you don't put anything into your hand, you can just put a +1/+1 counter on Nashi. But so keep in mind, if you get them, say you hit, you have nothing that's milled, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. He hits next turn for 3, you mill 3 cards, and all of them are enchantments or legendary cards. You can bring all 3 of them up into your hand. So kind of cool. Sataro the Infiltrator, another triple here. Lots of class types and stuff like that to go through. Legendary Human Ninja Rogue, 2/3 with Menace. Whenever Sataro and or one or more non-token creatures you control enter, If none of them were cast, or no mana was spent to cast them, draw a card. So, if you have Sotaro down on the field, and you play a land and Bloodghast comes back from the graveyard, you draw a card. If you have Reassembling Skeleton enter, even though you spent 2 mana to bring them from the graveyard to the battlefield, it wasn't casting them from your hand. And so it counts, and you draw a card. The Ancient One, it's an 8/8, descend 8. It can't attack or block unless there's 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. You can sort of self-fulfill this, right? You can spend 4, draw your own card and discard it, and mill yourself. It mills whatever card you discard, it mills equal to that mana value. You might think that these might not work, because I also have Wail of the Forgotten, 2 of those. Descend 8 as well. You have to have 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard. If you do, you can choose all 3 of these instead of just 1. Usually I'm using it for another unsummon. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You can make them discard a card, or you can look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand, the rest go into your graveyard. So here's another way to get a couple more cards in your graveyard. You might think that these 2 cards don't work well with Ultimecia because these need 8 cards in your graveyard. This gets rid of 8 cards from your graveyard. Actually, since Ultimecia is our ultimate goal here, we use these to get the cards in the graveyard and then to power up Ultimecia. We kind of probably don't care about these afterwards. Intimidation Campaign, a 3-cost enchantment. I've used this a number of times in my decks. It's not overpowered, but if the game goes out and you manage to cast it 3, 4, 5 times in a game, it really adds up the value. Each opponent loses a life, you gain a life, and you draw a card. Then whenever you commit a card, you return the enchantment to your hand, and you can just cast it again. The longer the game goes on, the more lands you have, the more you can just bring this up and cast it during the same turn. 2 copies of Lock Cole, Legendary Human Rogue, 2/3 with Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and discard a card. So yet again, another card that allows you to put things into your graveyard and fill it up. I have 1 copy here of Talion the Kindly Lord. I think back when they let us lesser popular YouTubers into the early access events, I played in the early access event for this expansion, and I made a deck centered around 4 copies of Talion. It was kind of cool. Legendary Fairy Noble, 3/4 with flying. As Talion enters, choose a number between 1 and 10. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life, and you draw a card. So you get more card draw. So if I choose the number 2, and they put down a creature that has power 2, toughness 5, or power 5, toughness 2, it doesn't matter if it costs them 2 to spend. There's 3 different chances for them to hit your number. Those are good odds. Consuming Aberration, this is my fun card. Costs 5, it's a horror, star. Power and toughness are equal to the number of cards only in your opponent's graveyards. So not the creatures, like over here, Cruel Somnophage is creatures in all graveyards. This is only the opponent's graveyard, but it's all their cards. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of the library until they reveal a land card, then puts all those cards into their graveyard. So, still continues to mill stuff whenever I cast a spell. In the meantime, notice the wording, not just your opponent, but each opponent. So this is a card that was designed with Commander in mind, of course. But again, just a way to mill your opponent. And Singularity Rupture, destroy all creatures. Then any number of target players each mill half their library, rounded down. Again, this is kind of designed for Commander, right? If you have any number of target players, you could have all 3 of your enemies in Commander, mill half their library. This is actually, if I have Ultimecia in my hand, I'm going to mill myself as well. And that way, we automatically get 8 cards in our graveyard. Pretty easy. I've got 1 Realm of Ko in case I get into a standoff. Maybe I can get some 1/1 spirit creatures. They could be used to, sacrifice them if I have to, if that comes up. I've got 4 copies of Restless Reef in here. Not sure if I need that many, but I have 4, so I used 4. I'm playing Dew colors. This gives me either color. It gives me a 4/4 blue and black shark creature when I pay 4 each time. And whenever it attacks, target player mills 4 cards. Again, I could use it to get 8 in my graveyard to help Ultimecia, or we could be milling the opponent out. And keep in mind, with all the different mill cards that we have, I have already milled some opponents out. So this is sort of a backup plan, maybe you could consider. This is a mill deck. 1 Fabled Passage to fix my mana if I need to, and 1 Demolition Field to destroy any special lands they might come at me with, like their own Restless Reef. And that's the deck. So we're going to go in, and my goal is really not necessarily to win. If I get to a point where I'm about to win, I might just pass it up if I think that I've still got a chance at taking the extra turn. You know, since I got the achievement, it works. But we want to show it in action if we can. Yeah, I got distracted by a bunch of other cards. I was on a kick at first to go ahead and get all of the achievements for the color masteries done. And then it's like, squirrel! I looked at a whole bunch of other cards and completely forgot about it. Went back and looked and saw all these 10s and a 9 out of 10. I'm like, oh yeah, I never took my extra turn. We never set that up yet. Let's see. We can bring Satoru down now. We don't have a problem attacking in. They'll probably just take it. These all have extra value, so they're going to want to keep those, which means my skeleton gets to do some damage. Alright. Ooh, that's perfect timing. Intimidation campaign. Help me draw into the lands that I need to get everything done, right? Yeah, we're just attacking. They don't want to block with any of this. If they're willing to attack in with everybody, they'd win this trade-off right now. I only got 3 damage on the field. They're getting more and more. I want to get to 6 so I can clear the field. To attack, attack, attack. 3 intimidation campaigns already. That's what I want, though. I want to be able to draw the extra. Why would they trade that? I'm going to bring it back now. And I get a card draw. Sweet. We're getting real close to that 6th land. Oh, that's a bad card for me. I don't necessarily have anything to deal with enchantments, but maybe that'll help keep the game going longer. Ultimisha is here. Give me a land. Yes. Perfect. Let me just attack with you, and we'll block with the skeleton, just to have some fun. Oh, they didn't even attack? No way. We're gonna attack. Do you dare? They do. They do dare. We don't care about any of that. They all go away, and we're milling ourselves as well. We're only going to bring 2 of these back up, because otherwise I'd have to discard. Alright. And this is why we have 4 copies of Ultimisha, because we might lose some. Yeah, we got 1 there already. I don't think I need to mill myself again. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can do this, right? What are they down to? 11? Oh, we can bring stuff back! Sweet! Bring you back. Bring you back. Bring you back. Bring you back. Oh, wait. I need land. 3, 4, 6, 7. I need the 8th land. We need to pay for Ultimecia. They got lots of life, so they shouldn't be afraid of anything. They should be perfectly happy with all of this. Let's bring down Ultimecia while they're tapped out. Surveil 2. I don't need that. I'll keep another one just in case. We attack. We let them block and kill everything. They're letting us through for some reason. And then let's bring Satara down. That land can go away. I just need 8. That's good. They get no bonus from that from Primeval Bounty. And they're not going to bother to attack, right? So do I have 8? I do. Pay the 8. What are we going to exile? Got a bunch of lands I don't need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I have to discard a card. Oh, man. Alright, fine. Okay. How are we going to do this? I feel like we could put this down. I feel like we could put this down. I feel like we could put this down. How many more? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to decline a couple of those. And then mill 4 cards. 3, 4, 6, 7. Yes. What could they possibly have that's left? Put this down. And do I need to attack? I feel like I don't need to attack. I can block. They've only got 3 cards left. Kind of saw that happening. Kind of saw that coming. But we took our extra turn, so whether we win or lose, we're good. We've got a 32-32. That's a good blocker. The question is, how many Big Fish Bouncers did they have in the entire deck? So they got 2 on the field. I don't see any in there. Are they attacking with everybody? Alright, what do we want to get rid of? I think we're going to get rid of the 4-4. And Satura's okay. I don't need to draw anymore. Okay, how many cards do I have left in my deck? Let's start with Intimidation Campaign. Put down a land. I'm okay with bringing these back, so we're not drawing cards off of them. We show our 45-45, and we don't attack, because they only have 2 cards left. If they can't remove one of these 2, we can block what they're sending our way. Yeah, they put down a card that they could use to draw more cards. Alright, so we had them down to just a card left. We took our extra turn. We took our extra turn and we managed to win the match. That's the ideal part. After that, you get the award. Once you earn the award, the rest is gravy. So I should probably stop right there, right? Because Arena's going to turn on me soon. We start with the swamp in case we get another one, so we can start bringing down the Bloodghast. If not, we'll start with Nashi. I kind of hope they don't have removal right away. They do. Alright, in that case, since we're not getting our black mana, we'll start with an Intimidation Campaign. And we have a couple of board wipes. And we have Ultimisha already, so we can start with the milling. Although if I don't get a second black source, we're really going to be in trouble. They're not even bothering with anything else. Okay, there's a second black source. Perfect. They're going to get our life down so much to start with. We might not really have much able to do here. We'll try this. Yeah, let's mill ourselves too. I mean, they could just have something that brings that back from the graveyard easy enough. You get a lot of information in their deck, though. We can see, oh, Vein Ripper, a couple of Vein Rippers already. A couple of, lots of removal. Board wipes in individual removal. Oh, they have a Sire of 7 Deaths in there. Sire of 7 Deaths. Usually they have something they can bring out, too. Alright, we're bringing our stuff back. We bring down the Intimidation Campaign. They use a Murder on a Bloodghast. Use another remove. They have so many removal cards, right? They probably feel that's not a problem. Right? Now, yeah, go ahead and kill it. Please. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it! Come on, you know you want to. Wait a second. Your title was The Ambitious. Scott the Ambitious. That's not ambitious. I only dealt you 1 point of damage. We didn't even get to take our extra turn yet. Come back. Oh, I have one of these, right? So I think this is only my second copy of this. Illusion Spinners. You can cast it with flash if you control a fairy. Hexproof as long as it's untapped. Well, you know what I tend to do? I tend to take cards like that and figure out ways that make sure they never tap again so they're permanently hexproof. Which means we might have a deck focused around that at some time. I'm glad that the games are going the way they are because the playtesting for the first 2-3 days worked really well. And then Arena turned on me, and it was like Arena waited a couple of days before it opened the door, and then it opened the door to a different section of the game. And let's do Nashi first. It's got Menace, so maybe we can get through, get a cool enchantment in our hand, or just start pumping Nashi up. Sometimes we have trouble against all flying decks. Let's just attack first. Do the 2. And oh, we lost our Consuming Aberration already. That kind of sucks. We bring Satoru down because we can get a free card draw out of it. And they can't attack because we have a lot of power 2 or less type things going on. Alright, let's bring this in. That gives us a card draw. Then we're going to go ahead and attack. We won't attack with Satoru. Let's see if they want to trade. They don't want to trade. We lose 3 lands. I like this card art. It's nice. We can't counter that, but we can throw their other flyer up. They can't bring it down this turn, so that gives us a little bit of time. Do we want to attack with... Yes. I'm okay with a trade there if they want to trade. They're down to 9. All of our lands are going away. We can at least pay for that. We've got a nice little ground army going. How many of my lands did I mill already? 3, 4, 5, 6 lands are gone. 10 out of the 24. They didn't bring down their Exemplar of Light. Okay, they bring down 2 creatures. All of which matter for Delny, right? We can't block anything if we have power 3 or greater. And they swing into attack. Alright, we want this. Intimidation campaign, excellent. We attack with this, and this, and this. They're back up to 12 life already. It's worth it to kill Nashi, you think? I'm gonna get 2 creatures. They changed their mind. So I gained 2 life out of that, right? Okay, we can bring up Satoru. Let's bring them both up, right? I have to discard 2 cards. If I get land, those Bloodghast are coming back. That's a little trick. That card usually is played on turn 1, so that showed up late for them. More life gain. And they bring down a second Giotto, which gives them a 5/5 instead of their 2/2. That would be a good trade normally. Except we can do this, right? We can do all 3 of these. Okay, we're gonna move you back up into their hand. We're gonna make you discard a spell. Bring this back up into our hand. See if they discard one of the cards we already know about. They do. And we can put this into our hand. Okay. Next. Decline. We don't care about any of that right now. We care about attacking. We're hitting with lethal, so they have to stop us somehow with something. And 2 of my creatures have menace. And we did most of this with 4 lands. That's all you're stopping? I wonder if they have a board wipe. We're gonna kill the Angel of Vitality because that gives them the bonus on life gain. Draw a card and discard a card. Let's discard our extra Ultimecia. What else can I do here? Ooh, Sotoro can come down. Actually, here. Have them lose another life point. And we discard... We have how many Ultimecias? Wow. I milled away 10 lands, though, so I don't think we're going to get to having 8 on the field. Unless they're willing to not attack me from the air for a while. Let's think about this. Maybe I could still get it done. I can give them more life back just by bringing back all my Bloodghast. But not in the same turn. I wouldn't bother with Singularity Rupture. Ah, Mythic Rare Planeswalker. Okay.
So long as we fight, hope cannot die.
Not bad. You kind of have to do the +1/+1, right?
Ready arms!
No. You attacked me for 4? What is wrong with this person? I mean, seriously. Nope. 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 Target player mills 4 cards. We'll bring one of these back into our hand. What did they lose? They lost Resplendent Angels. Okay. They don't have any life gain, right? They gain flying, but not life gain. So all of them go after the Planeswalker. I mean, we could have won the game, right? We could have won the game just by attacking straight ahead. But I'm okay with that. I have 24 cards left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only need 1 more land. Tons of creatures. Got some life gain. That should make them feel happy. All those creatures. Look at all that life gain. Alright. Let me try and attack. They can't stop all this, right? They don't stop any of it?
Even in this darkness, light will shine.
Yeah, bring that back up, please. Yes. We don't care about how much life you gain now. Finally bring out the Exemplar of Light. Wow. Alright. Ultimisha, come on down. Surveil. Sorry, let them get the life gain in here. Life gaining card draw. Ooh, I like both of those. We're keeping those. We attack. They gotta block one, right? Ooh, I have a Sataro too. Yes. We bring that back. Give them some life gain. Where is... Yeah, just Sataro. They cannot afford to attack me. I've got lethal. Actually, they may feel like they can attack me, right? Let's just... attack with 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should be able to do this. We pay. We get rid of 8 cards. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8. Extra turn! Wait, can I only do one thing? Do I have less than 8 cards? I don't... I can only choose one. Oh, they need to be permanent cards in my graveyard. Okay. That's where I messed up. Alright, then we're doing it this way. Hey, come on. Come on. The game froze while I was trying to figure out if I could cast my cards or not. Okay, while that's spinning, I did want to do something. Because we were talking about this Intimidation campaign and how it's not an overpowered card. I did want to remind you real quick. If you go to Tpull's Corner and you select Posts, I've got something up for the month. Instead of banning Screaming Nemesis, which of these 4 cards should have been banned? Enduring Curiosity, Kato Bane of Nightmares, Ouroborid, and Sheltered by Ghosts. So those are the 4 cards that according to my own research, should have been banned. Okay, so we're going to attack. We're going to attack with the 2 that have Menace. We get to do the damage. And then we do the Singularity Rupture. And we get rid of their first strike with life gain. And not only that, we get rid of some creatures too. Okay, what else do we want to do? Anything? Let's bring that in. Give them some more life, why not? They got 7 cards left. They can pull it out, right? Now we have permanents in there. Now we can do 3 different things. Nice. Bring them back. Bring them back. Oops. Bring them back. Alright. Return. We return you. We target the opponent. So they have to discard the one that they got back. And we put this into our hand. And we need a flyer. And we're going to choose 2. And then we do this. And we have Singularity Rupture. And we die because they can all fly. And I forgot I gave them all the life they needed. So I was supposed to bounce Resplendent Angel. That was my mistake. So now we die. If I'd bounced for Splendid Angel, then I could just destroy everything one more time. I was getting way too cute for my own good. But we got the extra turn in. So I think we could have actually won that and got the extra turn in. But my key is, I saw a chance to get the extra turn in. We could have won like 2 or 3 times in the game. Every now and then, winning takes a back seat. There's one other thing I wanted to show. When I do... Let me show this real quick. I've got the Guide to Achievements. This is... you can just search for achievements in the pull list. This is one of my videos. And then you click on the gray here for the more. And I've got the deck list to every single achievement that we've gotten so far with all of the decks that I've used to get there. So I will add this deck to that webpage. And I'll update in the comments that I added it. So if you don't have all of the achievements and you want to have a good looking deck that might help you on any one particular one. Some of these are older ones, so they're using cards from the previous rotation. You'll have to switch them out with something that's current. But the environment's so big and there's so many expansions that have been released, you can easily find a card to replace whatever isn't there. You know what I mean? We put down our chump blocker. We want them to kill it, because we'll bring it back and get an extra card draw with Sataro. Arboroid on turn 3. Oh, boring. Let's bring you down. Didn't I just pull up the survey that said this was an overpowered card? Should be banned. Another one. Alright, I think we're doing this now. Let's see. Talion. Let's do 4. We attack in with you, do our measly 2 points of damage, and we might be dying soon. Look at that. That's an 8/8 with trample now. We can block that one with a chump blocking. Sure. There's not a lot we can do against 2 Arboroids, so I think they're just goofing around at this point. Well, would have died anyway, right? Okay, 10. Was that 10 points of trample damage that got through? Arena was nice enough to give me the board wipe. So we'll do it. We're just going to mill them. Ah, cool. Great Worm already. And they already get a creature, and of course they have another land. We bring you down. We bring you back. And we bring down the Ancient One. 2 legendary creatures on the field now. And what do we all have in the graveyard? The normal Mossborn Hydra. Primeval Bounty. Some really good mythic rare cards here. A little bit of ramp. 10/10 creatures. Ooh, there's Ultimecia. Um, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I need the land, right? I need the land. Let's go ahead and mill them for 4 cards. There goes another Ouroboros and a Harmonious Growth Strider. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect timing, perfect timing. I don't have 8 cards in my graveyard yet. But they know I have the Cruel Somnophage now, right? What are they going to do? Team up. They got rid of the 8/8, which couldn't block anyway, and gave me something in my graveyard, which is kind of good for me. Why would you do that? I've got Death Touch. You lost your 8/7. What are they doing? That gave me 8 in my graveyard. I can take an extra turn. This is sweet. Yeah, there you go. My turn. Alright. Let's bring this down. That feels like fun. Because now I can attack once, they'll chump block once, and then I take my extra turn. And I can attack again. I don't think this deck can do anything against Cruel Somnophage unless they have another Ouroboros that comes down. They've got all the land in the world. If they had more creatures, they could get as much energy as they wanted. They don't even try it. Okay, so they quit before we could do the extra turn, but they would have had to chump block twice in a row, because we would have been able to attack with Somnophage, once on the first strike, and then once on our second turn. They could have drawn another card and chump blocked. No, there wasn't enough left for resources in their deck. They knew it. We'll do one more. Arena has to kill us, right, at some point, right? Besides me making mistakes, they have to put us up against something. This is kind of interesting, though. They put us up against a landfall deck. Wasn't quite the normal landfall deck, though. But landfall with Ouroboros in it. And a bunch of other bombs. Yeah, we'll try this. Not the most ideal starting hand. 89 cards. They have extra cards in their deck. Okay. Let's see how hard it is to mill these people out. Life gain 2. Alright, we didn't get a land, so we gotta burn the Fabled Passage. We'll go get our second black source now. And then all we need is... No, those are all single blue, so we'll be able to cast anything with more land. We do need a second blue eventually for... There we go, for Telemecia. Bloodghast or Reassembling. Reassembling Skeleton. Seven. Okay, we do have life gain. We lose the life. I think we're okay with that for now. Let's choose the number 2. That's not 2. And we can actually unsummon Talion if they try and use removal. More life gain. Disgusting. even their land. And yet we don't get more land destruction. No. They kill the reassembling skeleton? Okay, so I'll sacrifice you. Hang on, resolve. I don't care that they kill the skeleton. I could have just sacrificed the skeleton and made the other one fizzle. Oh, wait, everything's going into the darkness crystal, that's why. Okay. Let's just attack. And we will bring this down. Yeah, I haven't gone up against the darkness crystal in a while. If it dies, exile it, so we can't bring stuff back anymore. Okay, so Arena went and found our kryptonite, didn't they? I don't have anything to go against that artifact. If I throw it into the graveyard now, it doesn't get exiled, right? Right. Excellent. Perfect. I'm not going to get the extra turn, though. I let him drain my life too much. Return target. They have no creatures in their graveyard. Ooh, look at that. Goodbye. There's another life, why don't you? Let's see. How do we want to do this? We got 3 flyers. They can't block anyway. We'll just throw it back up. What do we care? I can bring this back too. Can draw a card from Sataro. Life is great. Didn't get my land. Since they got a 7/7 first strike with reach, what do I do? I guess it's Singularity Rupture time. Call that life the game. They got exactly the card they wanted. I wonder how long they were holding that in their hand. They get my haste creature. Do you feel like Arena set us up on that match? I feel like Arena set us up on this match. Man, that's a lot of triggers. It takes forever for all those triggers to build. They're never going to resolve. How many do they get up to? 29? 31. 30 triggers still by the time they manage to get the last few life points. Yeah, I just had to go until we found a loss. I know maybe I'm not supposed to end videos on that, but we won so much today. Oh, and that was a new card. I only had one of those. Okay, I'm gonna need to get more of those somehow. Alright, this is the deck. It's Ultimisha. She works. And it's kind of interesting, right? Because it costs 5 to get her. You need 8 cards in your graveyard. You need to be able to exile 8 cards from your graveyard and pay 8. It's double blue, double black for the price. When you do, you get to take an extra turn. And taking an extra turn is just so powerful because of when you can choose to implement this, right? If you have enough of a setup that you can wait a turn if you need to, or maybe you just need that one final card draw and you're able to surveil when she comes in and you spot the card you need and you're like, okay, so, or maybe, it's not the card I need. I'll surveil, I'll put both of those in the graveyard and then I'll get the next card I need. If you can control the timing of this really well, an extra turn is just devastating, no matter where you are in the game. But it's not a ban-worthy card, right? It's hard to set up. And you can lose. You can lose against tons of stuff easily. I mean, they started to throw in like the fastest, mono white 1-drop decks, and they started throwing the mono red aggro at me. They threw everything at me one night to just completely put me in my place. But I'm not sure if Realm of Ko really needs to be in here or not. I'm not sure how well that does. I was just thinking there are cards that black can play against you that make you sacrifice creatures. And so this is just kind of a way, if I only have Telamisha out, or Ultimisha, sorry, that I could, spend 4 and create it, and if I had to sacrifice a creature, I could just chump sacrifice with a 1/1 instead of losing a good creature like that. So, but if you don't have the achievement done to take an extra turn, take this one out for a spin. As always, I'm willing to entertain ideas of other cards that I might put in here in place of these others. And if you do want to see me do the same thing, but with the waterbending card that takes an extra turn, let me know if this isn't sufficient for how you want to make the achievement of earning the extra turn. There are other ways to do it in the game. We can do that if you want. But as always, like and subscribe. Throw out any comments you want. Don't forget to vote in the poll on which card you think really should have been banned, has not been banned from the game yet. And this will be in the Guide to Achievements post video. I will put the Ether Hub deck list in there. So if you want to crib this either from this video specifically, or you want to go back and look at the other achievements and look at some other decks you can use, go to that Guide to Achievements post. And with that, we will wish you good night. And I'll have something different for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.